Some of those who were critical of Daley in '68 later wanted to be president. They regarded Chairman Daley as a kingmaker because he delivered Illinois and the election for John Kennedy in 1960. That is why candidates like Jimmy Carter came to court the chairman.
Anybody who can serve in one of the most sensitive positions in American government for 22 years, come in and face a difficult election in times of division and misunderstanding and disappointment and hatred, and get 78% of the vote. It's almost a miracle. But you have a miraculous man.
Even Republican presidents like Gerald Ford respected Daley.
Well, I can tell you one incident, forgotten just when, but things weren't going too well in the White House, and we were having some pretty severe criticism on Capitol Hill from both Democrats and Republicans. And I went to the office one morning about 7:30, 7:45, and who should have called me just before I arrived but Mayor Daley. And Mayor Daley said to me on the telephone, he said, Mr. President, don't worry about all those critics. They don't really reflect what the American people believe. He said, I want you to know I'm for you and I'll do everything I can. Don't pay any attention to those people up on Capitol Hill.
What'd you say?
I thanked him profusely.
When President Nixon came to the city in the darkest days of Watergate, Daley was the only politician to show up at O'Hara, as he used to call O'Hara International.
You remember I was the only one that met with Nixon. No one was out there. You won't. And that's the reason I went out there, because I figured, well, I know the poor guy will come in, there won't be a soul around. So I went out to greet him. But you won't be able to get near to Ford when he comes here, because and that's the truth. And he was so grateful because I represented the reception committee. I was one guy.
When Woodward and Bernstein came out with The Final Days, Daley was defending Mr. Nixon and condemning the reporters.
I think it's a disgrace. If that's what you're interested in, filth and in degrading a man that was the president. What about his family? What about his wife? What about his kids? What about his grandkids? What the hell? Is there any decency any place for a few dollars? I know I would pay 5 cents for everything. And I know a lot of people run and just like the accusations on John F. Kennedy. The guy is dead. He wasn't a saint, but personally, I know him. He wasn't a sinner. And anyone that wants to get cheap publicity and a few bucks issues a book on something and everyone runs and buys it. I think it's a disgrace.
All of this is not to say Daley liked Republican doctrine. He respected presidents, but he had his own definition of republicanism.
If you believe in the philosophy, if the other hand, if you believe in the trickle-down process, help them at the top and it'll trickle down. And if you're satisfied with 7.5% or 8 or 9% unemployed, then you're a Republican.